Today we're going to see June Sims, historian of the AAUW, and her helpers, which I will let her introduce.
Great. You're gonna make you stand up anyway. Yeah.
All right, like you said, I'm June Sims, the historian, and Kathy Shaw and Kay Calley-Martin are the co-chairs of our Legacy Centennial Committee, so hopefully they'll be doing most of the talking. And if they don't answer all your questions, then you ask me.
Okay.
How's that?
That sounds pretty good. Thanks,
Or if they
June.
forget something,
Oh, yes, if we forget
then
something.
I'll have
Yeah.
to interject.
Okay, so thank you for inviting us to be here today. Before we begin the historical look at AAUW of Battle Creek, we'd like to acknowledge a few folks in our audience. The members, wave at us, members.
Where are you?
Where are you?
there's a bunch of
Okay,
you.
thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, and thank you, June Sims, I think.
For making these arrangements.
Yeah,
today.
she's the current president of AAUW Battle Creek Branch, and she's also a member of our Legacy Committee that we mentioned before. The members of our Legacy Committee are Pat Fosdick, Jan Emery. Jan, I saw you. Yes, there she is. June Sims, Marianne Sharon, and Sandy Ranger and Sue Day, who aren't with us today. But without their support and assistance, Kay and I would not be able to do our jobs as co-chairs of the Legacy Committee. So
We would also like to thank Battle Creek Regional Museum today for allowing us to talk about our history of AAUW. We are really excited to let people know about Battle Creek, and they're interested in our history because we have been here over 101 years now in Battle Creek. And not too many organizations get to be vital and continue their work as long as we have. So we're pretty proud of that.
the PowerPoint presentation that you're seeing was created for our centennial celebration a year ago in October. Includes a lot of photos of many of our members doing what they do best, which is serving the community. It also includes photos from the centennial celebration so that you all will know how important it is, how much we believe in the importance of what Kay said before, the fact that we've made it 101 years as a branch. Just a quick note about AAUW nationally. The organization began in 1881 with 13 women who sat around a table discussing an idea of an organization that could help to solve the problem that although women were able to attend college, they were not granted diplomas after completing their coursework. And there was something in the something about hurting their dainty health. In 1917, in Battle Creek, 17 women sat around a table and decided that they wanted to join the national AAUW, what's now known as AAUW. So AAUW Battle Creek branch was born in 1917. So be careful if you ever see a table full of women, because they will make change, kind of like what's going on in our nation's capital right now. So whether it's 13 women or 17 women, they will make a change. You want to go ahead?
Sure. Among the highlights of AAUW, Battle Creek Centennial, is our first and founding president, and that is Miss Claire Briggs. And our archives happen to be the only one that was able to have a picture of her. Just recently, she was at the Battle Creek Hall of Fame, and we do have that program out there. And we were asked to receive it in honor of Claire Briggs. That she was an inductee to the Hall of Fame. We are so proud of that she was recognized for that. Among that, she also, we have a scrapbook that's dedicated to her and all the things that she has done. What I wanted to say is that we also re-gifted that award, the Hall of Fame, back to the City Hall. We felt that we really don't have a place for our archives, so we felt that it needed to go someplace where everybody would see it. So we went to a Battle Creek City Hall, and we did a kind of rededication back to them, and so it's now in the halls where everybody can see and appreciate all her good work. And I believe Pat was there. She was our president at that time. Do you have something you want to say about the toothbrush and some other things about Claire?
Well, she did design a toothbrush and got actually a patent on it. So we've had a young man that's the intern at City Hall research that, and so we actually have that toothbrush, the design of it. It didn't look too, but it must have worked for the time. She got the patent. So that's quite an achievement for us.
There's the toothbrush.
South
We'll
Commissioner,
have this out later, huh?
first city commissioner.
Yes, first female city commissioner. And among other things, she had a list of things that she was always doing. During the time that our branch kind of became the first meeting and the second meeting, she actually, war broke out. And so what happens is that the members, their time together was suspended because they were doing sewing for the Red Cross, layettes for the Belgians, 4-minute talks for Liberty Loans, helping needy families for the men at Camp Custer, sewing labels on refugee garments, helping out Hostess House at Camp Custer, and then, she just has a list of things where she is constantly giving back to the community. And I can't tell you enough how proud we are of her, and to start off our beginning this way.
But the branch started, in the year 1918, they started scholarships for young people young women going to college. And we, as a branch, we don't know how many years we've been doing it, because our archives are a little iffy on that, but we are currently continuing that, doing scholarships for women in our community, to youth in our community. So throughout that 100 years, AAUW Battle Creek has been giving scholarships. And also, the one thing that they did during 1918, which was during the height of the First World War, was they held the tea for high school seniors, and they started the scholarship fund. During the next a few years, the branch continued its work, and its members continued to work for the greater community, and we see that throughout the entire 100 years. But during this, national issues kind of overtook the passage of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. In 1923, the branch created its first printed program. And again, we don't have a copy of that. If anybody finds it in their grandmother's cottage or in that grandmother's garage or attic, let us know. And they also held their first Christmas party in 1923. In 1925, the first formal dinner took place where the husbands were invited, as well as Dr. Kellogg. In 1927, the first study groups began, including conversational French, creative arts, social studies, book reviews, economic and legal status of women, that was important back then as well, music, and they continued with international relations and child study. They had been doing that. A quote from the archives states, "We recognized from the beginning our privileged status and the responsibility it gave us towards the community." And then this is also a quote from the archives. "In addition to money, contributions to such organizations as the Emily Andrus Home, the Dental Clinic, Red Cross, Community Chest. They secured volunteers to act as probation officers in 1921, and later they sponsored a nursery school movement for families on relief. At another time, they made a study of delinquency problems and prepared an education pamphlet for high school girls."
And our projects over the years have included a used book sale. How many people in the room have attended our used book sale before?
Yeah.
Yeah. We welcome the great donations everybody always gives us, but now that we have a new site, and it's on Michigan or Jackson, off Jackson at Riverwalk, and it's such a great site, and everybody loves it. And we always usually have it coinciding with the farmers market. So on usually Wednesday, we're trying to do it more often. Before we used to do it once or twice a year. Now we're doing it at least once a month. And we do have days where we have specials where it's bag day, $5 a bag. And so we find it's a great exchange on getting books into people's hands that wouldn't normally be able to have that. And we appreciate, like I say, all your donations as well. Besides the book sale, we had College Task Force, Educational Equity Initiative Award, Scholarship Awards, Candidates Forum, and Woodlawn Preschool. And our own Mary Ann here, she's on the board at Woodlawn, and she handles that area. One of our members, Jan Emery, right here in the front row, she also came up with a project called Explorathon. We do have out there a nice book that June has made and brought it to Battle Creek, and it's about a 14-year-old project that it lasted for the young girls grades 5 and 6 to experience non-traditional careers and meet women in our community who hold these jobs. Another project was developed by another member of ours, Deb Ensign. It was called Girls Take Charge. It allowed girls who had participated in Explorathon to learn actually a new skill, such as producing video, and that was through the local AccessVision. And guess what? We excelled and we won an award for it too. In a different era, AAUW Battle Creek sponsored lectures by Ellen Goodman, Phil Donahue, and the branch helped to bring the opera Hansel and Gretel to area schools. AAUW Battle Creek has participated in the junior college project that developed our own Kellogg Community College. They have worked in collaboration with the Arts Center and Junior League also to bring Art Goes to School.
Another one of our members, Pat Fosdick, who knows a bit about endowments through the Community Foundation, introduced the idea of creating an endowment fund just for the purpose of funding one of our scholarships each year, so that we could use other branch funds to do other things in the community. So now each year AAUW of Battle Creek uses the money from an endowment fund at Battle Creek Community Foundation to fund one of our scholarships it annually awards. And after establishing the scholarships for young women attending college, the branch began funding women to attend, now hang on, here it comes, to attend the National Conference for College Women Student Leaders, otherwise known as NCWSL. It's a 3-day conference at the University of Maryland for over 500 college women from around the country attend it. And Michigan now sends over 50 college women to that conference each year, and Michigan, by far, has more attendees at that conference than any other state. We're very proud of that. Without the sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to mention that 7 of us just recently went to a conference in Albion, and these ladies gave a panel that were just awesome. Their experience at NCWSL and how to train to become a leader, the things that they learn, now what they're going to do with that knowledge and take it forward. I just can't tell you just the excitement of listening to those students, and this was a great opportunity for them. And the one girl said, she says, I can't wait. I hope I'm considered for next year. She'd like to go again.
We hope that she does. Without the contributions of time, talent, and dollars from our members, these projects would not have happened. So we thank our members because they're the ones who make this happen.
During our centennial celebration, the branch received recognition and proclamations. We have one of them there and also on...
Sorry, you skipped ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. I skipped ahead. You're doing just fine. Sorry. I gotta get my glasses fixed. Sorry.
I'll go back to the centennial
Yeah.
celebration, and where
Oh,
we
no.
received proclamations from both the city of Battle Creek, Calhoun County, and the state of Michigan. And so we were very pleased to say that October 3rd was proclaimed AAUW Day in Battle Creek. It was honored for our 100 years of continuous service.
Also during that centennial celebration, the branch was asked by KCC if they'd like to be a part of the new green space at the corner of North Avenue and Roosevelt. They're putting in a new sign for KCC is being installed there, and the linear path is going to wind through it, and a space for 3 flags is also going to be on the end of that flag. And guess who's one of the flags?
AAUW.
AAUW, and they ask us if we'd like to do that. And then there also, in that green space, is a space for 3 statues overlooking the campus of KCC. So the AAUW Battle Creek branch decided on a sculpture to be included in this new green space. One of our members, Sandy, where'd she go? She was right back there. Sandy knew of an artist, and her name is Paula Blinko Collins, and she's was a native. She graduated from both Harper Creek High School and KCC, and we approached her and asked her if she'd be interested in doing the sculpture. She now lives in Denton, Texas, and she said yes, that she would be. We were so excited. So we've worked with her for over a year, creating what now is What's Next World, which you'll see in the middle of that far right
And
zero.
I hope you all take one of these brochures I left out front for everybody to have. It explains our what next. It also has some information about the artist, Paula Blinko Collins, and about our organization. So I hope that you'll take one of these home with you.
It also has a place where you could donate, just in case you,
To the
you
Battle
feel
Creek
so.
community.
Yeah. We have a community project fund through the community foundation to fund the making of the sculpture, the installing of the sculpture, and then KCC will take over the maintenance of that sculpture. So thank you. We're still fundraising. We're over halfway there at this point, and we've been told by KCC that the green space will be ready for installation by June of 2019. So we're on pins and needles to make sure that we get there.
I also wanted to mention that Paula is a fantastic artist, because if you've been down to W.K. Kellogg Foundation and at their inter lobby that faces in, it's a timeline of W.K. and his the timeline was done in what they call a bas relief, and Paula Blinko Collins did that. So next time you're down there, check that out. And because after seeing that, we really felt that we were being entrusted, plus all her numerous other renowned work that she has throughout the country. And we feel so honored that she joins us in this effort to have this girl, which represents, holding it out like this, what's next in the world, and everything can be accomplished, and all the challenges that women face. And we're constantly doing it, so it kind of brings in our past, our legacy of what we did in the past and how far we've come, what we're doing now in the present, and where we're now going in the future.
And one of our inspirations for our young lady with the world in her hand was the statue in Manhattan called The Fearless Girl. And this was in yesterday's paper, if you saw it, of a little girl going up and knocking the snow off the Fearless Girl so that she wouldn't have to worry about being covered in snow. And that's one of the things that we're hoping, is that people, because the little girl's going to have the world in her hands, but she's also going to be overlooking KCC campus, and with Paula's help, we hope that that's inspiring enough so that kids and families, whatever, will go up and have their picture taken with our young lady. But
Kodak moment there.
yeah, Kodak moment. Yeah. Well, yes, it will have AAUW, definitely.
And the vision of the young lady, this is from the artist herself, She is holding the model of the earth aloft, and it came to me as a visual aid. All paths are possible, and they need to have a thought and education to accomplish the journey. So I had to share that to you from the
Paula.
artist herself and what she felt. We are hoping we will have her here at the installation doing many things in town, including she will be doing a talk about the bas-relief at WK. She'll be helping students to teach them techniques, and then we'll be having some time then. So we hope that you'll join us then and during our installation with Paula, because she's truly a phenomenal woman. Not only that, but she got so impressed with our history of AAUW. She is now a member of AAUW.
Yeah. We get you one way or another. The scholarships to local high school graduates will continue. We thanks to the work of the AAUW Battle Creek Used Book Sale. In 2005, one of our members wanted the AAUW Battle Creek branch to contribute to the national AAUW funds, which provide between $3 and $4 million each year to women pursuing graduate degrees. That member, Jan Emery, believed that AAUW of Battle Creek could once again use the proceeds from the book sale to fund that contribution, which we do, plus the local scholarships. The used book sale now has a permanent site. As you mentioned, it's at 34 West Jackson Street, Riverwalk, Tower number 3, in the basement. Well, there's lots of signage, so you can't miss it. And the committee that's in charge of that is attempting, as Kay said, to have roughly one sale a month, and mostly we're trying to have them during the time that the market, the farmers market is open, because that's a nice combination. That marketplace brings in people to our bookstore or book sale, and we really appreciate it.
And I've been there a lot working and donating things myself in bookshelves. And I had a group of students who are just down Michigan Avenue, and they go to a school. They came in, there was 10 of them. And what they wanted to do is they said, I want to learn how to cook. So we went over to the cooking section, and we picked out one that had lots of pictures in it because their reading ability was not. And they were so excited. And then the one said, I want to do something for the person who, my foster parent, who takes care of me.
Oh, wow.
And so we went looking for that. Another one said, I want to learn how to read and be a parent. But there were things that came from inside them, how they wanted to share and give to other people. And I was so glad we had books and things that we could give them to leave. And they all said, when are you open next? I can't wait to come back. So when you have, and we have lots of people who are book dealers and things like that too that come, people just can't wait for our sales, and we're excited that that's something that they look forward to, plus the good things that we do with that. Now we also have another project, which is this year we started another Battle Creek Foundation project fund, which was for giving scholarships to women who want to be trained in technology-based careers for the trades, careers such as electricians, construction, or even welding. This idea for scholarships for women pursue non-traditional careers falls directly in mission of AAUW. And we as a branch are very excited to bring this opportunity to women in Battle Creek, because we're finding out there are people there who really need help. Those tests that they have to be certified, and just some of the equipment that they need, that has to dig deep in their pockets. And I have to commend those ladies for the things that they do in going to these non-traditional careers and supporting them.
In addition to everything you've heard, we're continuing the book sale. We're also working in collaboration with KCC to begin a leadership program called Smart Start. And Smart Start is a workshop designed to assist women to learn how to negotiate their first salary. Because I don't know about you, but the first time I got hired, I was so excited that, I had no idea how much money I was making. And when I was calling Mom, I said, Mom, I got a job. Well, how much money are you going to make? Money? They're going to pay me? So, and we found out that happens a lot to women starting in the workforce. So it was originally designed for women because colleges said, well, we don't do that. So it helps them we found through research, that's one of our mission statement, part of our mission statement is research. We found that women have a tendency not to negotiate their first salary, and they end up with a salary that every promotion and new job after that is based on that salary. So if Jane is making less than Tom, then when Tom gets his next salary, even if it's a 2%, he's getting 2% on top of a salary that's higher than what she got. So you take that down the line from now until when she gets her Social Security, and that's what happens. That's why we don't have pay. That's one of the reasons we don't have pay equity. So Smart Start was a way that AAUW believed that we could start working, solving the problem of pay equity. And from Smart Start, I always get those turned around, is Work Smart, and that's for women who already are working in the workforce and have to negotiate either a new job or a new promotion. And I've gone through the training of it, and it's really a good program because it's based on hard evidence. So if you want an accounting job in an accounting 2 job in Grand Rapids, we can tell you from you can go to a website and find out exactly what accounting 2 jobs are making in Grand Rapids. So, and the other thing it teaches is budgeting. Because if you're spending more money than what you're going to make, you probably got to figure out, not going to buy the car this year, going to have a roommate, maybe not be able to go out and have drinks every night of the week. So Work Smart and Start Smart are something that we hope to bring to this area through our collaboration with Kellogg Community College.
There's a day, is it the first part of April?
Yes.
It is called Pay Equity Day. And what it stands for is that women have to work until that date, which is approximately...
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I know. For about 4 to 5 months more in order to catch up.
Women. Let's not talk about how long black women and Hispanic women have to work.
Even longer.
Even longer.
And so in order to be in competition with males, we have to work 5 months more in order to get the same salary they do. So
it's true.
Don't forget to come out in the first part of April and help celebrate. Wear your red.
One of the ways that we do it is we take cookies, like chocolate chip cookies, and there's a bite out of the cookie. And you hand it to people, and they go, why is there already a bite out of it? Well, that's to show the ratio of what women get versus what men get. So take a bite, or other people use, they're called equal payday. Thank you, payday bars. Thank you, Jan. And they just stick equal in the front of it and hand out payday bars. Of course, they always take a bite out of that too.
We have one, and by the way, Work Smart and Smart Start, guess who developed those programs? AAUW. AAUW also starts a new program, and well, it's actually not, it's new to our area, but not new because it's been out there, it's been researched, the curriculum and everything that's made for it, and it's called Tech Savvy. And I'm sure you all are very aware of STEM, and that it stands for science, technology, engineering, and math, and how women need to continue to grow in these fields. In the past, they've always been kind of like not given the confidence to say that you would be able to compete for those jobs.
Let me step in just a moment, because one of the pieces of research that AAUW did was that they found that girls who are as interested in science and math right up to middle school. They're just as interested as boys in science and math. And then middle school happens, they come out of middle school, and suddenly they're no longer interested. We still don't know why. I think it's hormones, but you know, it could be anything. And so what Tech Savvy is designed to, and the Explorathon that we did for 14 years was designed for that same reason. Go ahead.
And Carol Davis from KCC, and she's also in charge of the Math Science Center on the board, she went with me and we went to Gaylord, where there was actually, that's usually the big one that's in the state, and it's once a year, and it's for middle school students, and they're going to continue it on to high school. But it's mainly to hit those women. That program was phenomenal. They had 130 people there. They kind of reached their max on where they were located in Gaylord. But they're thinking of, you know, trying to get another site so they could have at least 200. The thing of it is that that program they had that day were speakers from all around in different walks of life, and they would break up into groups. One was definitely all about college. Another one might have been how you work together as a team and just with a few everyday items make a marshmallow catapult. And then your group had to take that marshmallow and send it who's got the farthest, okay? And so maybe it was just tongue depressors, some paper clips, you know, just everyday items that they had to build this with. And everybody was coming up with a different design. Everybody was coming. They had so much fun as a team. They said, you know what, I bet if we could measure it this way and tip this up a little bit, it'll go up and higher. And so they said, can we come back and try again? Sure, come back as many times as you want until we have to end the session, you know? So there was that. There was a robotics session that actually there was 5 groups within that session. They would rotate. They would learn about how to make one, the electrical systems in it. They even had a demonstration. I can't tell you how exciting and thrilled I was to be a part of that day and to be able to say, we'd like to bring this to Battle Creek. We'd like to be a site because there's nobody in Southwest Michigan area and in our site that, you know, and Gaylord can't handle it all. They take the UP and they come down to Gaylord and stuff like that. But that would really help in this area because that's where we are right now, is talking about STEM. And in some places they're talking about STEAM, which is adding like the art design. So I can't tell you enough how exciting these programs are, and it's where we are right now today. And as AAUW, we'd like to continue to pick up where things are now and bring them into the future.
And Tech Savvy, we're working with KCC, and we're hoping, fingers crossed, to go out to the employers in the area to pull in women to talk to the kids about these jobs. And we're looking at maybe the spring, summer of 2020 to do Tech Savvy here in the area with the help of KCC. It's gonna take, we're gonna probably reach out even further than our members to get this one, because it can be a big project, as you so eloquently told us. So this 101-year-old branch is still reaching into the community to find ways to assist girls and women. The mission of AAUW is advance equity for all women and girls through research, education, advocacy, and philanthropy. And we at AAUW Battle Creek believe that our branch is a great example of fulfilling the mission in this community. And if you've got any questions, we're here.
Any questions or any additions from any of our AAUW members that are here that they would like to speak? We said it all? I can't believe we said it all. That was a lot of years to cover and to give you just the highlights. I'm sure there's other things that we've done that is just as important.
Please, June has put a lot of our archives, or examples of our archives, out just outside the door, including things like we had the 100 that we did at our centennial celebration, and there's a lot of photographs there, but there's a lot of photographs out there, and we really appreciate June giving up part of her life to being our historian.
But she's a super scrapbooker, and so she does such a great job with it. I just was going to happen to mention too, this is a wreath that we made and thanking Claire Briggs. It was over at Oak Lawn.
Oak Ridge.
Cemetery.
Oak Ridge.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know, that's the hospital.
That's the hospital. We all get them mixed up.
Right, but we made a wreath over there thanking her. And it also was the time that they have the tour over there from David usually does it, and people dress up as like Sojourner Truth or something.
Oh, yeah.
Tell their stories. from
Oh,
the
you're
grave.
talking about Oak Hill. I'm sorry.
Oak Hill, yeah.
Oak Hill.
They talk from the grave, and they always, it's so good.
If
And
stones
so,
could talk.
yeah, so if you ever see that being advertised, that's always a good program also to be involved in and go see. These are just some of our other ones, are some of our brunches. We had some of our ladies, like here's Sandy, she had this at her house, she's here in the back, and she had all her ladies dressed up. Were those DuPont dresses, Sandy? Where'd you go?
She left.
Oh, she had, and wonderful, I mean, this was like a high tea because of all the food.
Yeah, we had to put our fingers up.
And of course, then there was the article. We had honored Lillian Jones at that time for our longest member.
75 years.
Yeah. And then this was a very famous picture when we got the right to vote. So this is a collaboration as well as the one that we have here of different things in our archives. And so please do take time to look at all our wonderful archives. I just want to say that's just a portion of our archives. The rest is resting at Fort June's house.
So if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you very much for coming out today. We appreciate it.
Let me interject that we do have a tea coming up on April 28th.
Yeah, sorry.
Which will be, we're gonna do it at Kimball House Museum. But it will be put on.
And it'll be open to the public as well as our members.
And we always do a nice job, so you
Yeah.
gotta come. Follow us everywhere.